action scenes, or just wrestling. Like you have Arnold in Terminator after Sarah Connor, and apparently time-traveling machines can't aim point blank, but Kyle Reese pops out a shotgun and blasts Termy, so Arnold fights back and Reese uses this guy as a shield and he dies. Sarah runs away, but this woman blocks her and she dies. And Reese leaps like a cat and Arnold can't hit him, so he gives up and takes his sweet-ass time to kill Sarah. So of course Reese blasts him to the streets and then he says the line,
"Come with me if you want to live."
He said it! He said the thing! That's wrestling. He won the match and cut a promo, but Arnold keeps the heat going. I could go to They Live with Roddy Piper, but that's too obvious. No. It's like Jackie Chan in Police Story 2. The Bullet Club chased Jackie wooden steel pipes and into a playground where Jackie dodges every freaking swing with insane iframes, leaps like this and killing this guy like this, and he's totally dead. And these guys knock Jackie like. So he goes to the jungle gym and these guys fuck around and find out this guy does a little dance and Jackie makes a little love so hard that he does a moonsault and dies. This guy with a parkour kick and Jackie straight rolls off and trips this guy and then senton bombs this guy, he dies. And this guy double stomps him, but Jackie Chad blocks a double stomp and kicks him off and he fucking lands to the bars like a child and dies. And now the Bullet Club's numbers are getting to him. Jackie has to power up and show his fighting spirit. Trips this guy, steals his weapon. Shit is over now. Jackie does this. What the heck is this? This is the coolest thing ever. And then he freaking drop kicks and arm drags this fool, does a volley and Aki on this pole, and takes out this dude and straight back body drops this fool and he dies. This is DT. DT does this all the time, without all the Jackie Chan dying. But that's Stone Cold versus the Alliance. How about one-on-one Jackie? Wheels on meals. Classic heel versus face, where the face is losing to the strength and skill of the heel. I mean, he extinguishes these candles with a roundhouse, so Jackie has to adapt, learn. It's always about the mental. Use their unique skills and personality. Show lots of character non-verbally with insane body control. Some tickling. Uses raw physicality like this dramatic punch. And of course, a big old knee to end the match. That's wrestling. But what about women? Got you. She shoots straight. Agnes Aurelio knocks down Joyce Cadenzi and then classic reveal for Massive Python's brother. She know. Bigger, stronger, back and forth. Joyce gets destroyed but comes back like this and they do a slow-mo like this and goddamn. But watching at normal speed, she clobbers Agnes, so she returns with a torture rack into a toss into a freaking kick mid-air, and then the heel does the thumbs up, thumbs down like she's Sami Callihan, so Homegirl kicks her right in the meow for impersonating Sami Callihan, and then challenges her now, but Agnes like, no, I tricked you, so Homegirl leaps up like this and knees Agnes deep in her tiger love trap, then punches the goddamn hell out of her, and straight kicks her right in the boobas. Holy shit. Let's move away from Hong Kong and go to the guy who took a lot from it. Quentin Tarantino, Kill Bill, Bride, and Oren Ishii have the red filter moment of wee-woo, wee-woo, but this is about Chiaki Kiriyama as Gogo Yubari. They have a pre-match promo respecting each other, but then Gogo shows how much of an insane Japanese Gogo she is by wielding a goddamn meteor hammer. She know. The anticipation builds with the increased velocity of the chain. The classic heel has a style the babyface can counter. Disarms her god katana, kicks the ball to her chest, smiles, and teenage me remembers my crush on her, which led me to Battle Royale, which led to searching for more violent Japanese films, which led me to Ichi the Killer, which led me to diving into prolific filmography of Takashi Miike, which led me to Strange Circus and director Sion Sono, and so much more. Thanks, Gogo. Oh, Bright got the tables. Leaps like this with a sound of whoosh, and then whoosh. The floor is lava. This dance move just cuz. Then Uma smacks the baseball. It ricochets, smacks Gogo in the back of the head, and she does a flip through the table while making bowling sounds. She kicks her away, and now the ball has blades. Swings it around her head and slashes her. Swings around her neck and starts choking her. You're looking at the only character in a fair fight to have nearly killed Beatrix Kiddo. Dude chants, the nail on the table leg kicked into her hand, stabs Quentin's favorite part of a woman, and then quick strike to the head as high school me cries bloody tears just like this for Gogo. This was the dominant heel, putting on a deadly submission on the babyface, who has to fight hard and reach for the ropes just to escape the hold, like it's the desperate table leg to smack the opponent's toes. Same thing. So is a boss battle you see in wrestling, like when Anarchy versus anyone in TJPW. It always plays like this. Zhang Ziyi holds the legendary boss sword. Michelle Yeoh is the veteran boss. She's Meiko Satomura, more precise, confident, spinning and dancing in beautiful beauty. Two swords against the boss weapon. Get out of here. So Michelle turns into the spear build, but Zhang like, get out of here. So she grabs these, but get out of here. She throws the shards like this, and she Kota Ibushi's like this. Michelle turns into a big bonk build, but doesn't have the stats to wield it, and grabs this iron rod thingy, and Zhang has been on the defense this whole time, shaken, and this is her first movie, by the way, and does this millennia waterfowl move, and chops that motherfucking bitch in half. Then they have a cutscene.
那是李慕白的剑。
Hideo Kojima! And Michelle grabs the fucking sword and knows she can't defeat the youngster's overpowered weapon. She know, like it's an overpowered finishing move, so she tanks the hit just to get the advantage. Boss wins. Action scenes are wrestling. They have debut matches too, like when Neo fought Morpheus.
Morpheus is fighting Neo.
He just learned Kung Fu and they cut promos and Morpheus like,
hit me, if you can.
and in his debut, Neo showed his skill, his confidence, and goes, and then gets humbled. His weakness is not his technique, even though he does a spinny Rooney in a slow-mo Will Ospreay only to die. But the debuting Neo quickly learns his opponent. He goes, and then bam.
I don't believe it.
And what do the Wachowskis do brilliantly? They replay the scene with Elron in the subway. They go pew 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 pew, and they slow motion pew, and bam 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 bam, pow 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 pow, pew pew pew, and Neo back up with the New Japan fighting spirit, and then Neo backflips out before death. Over the top battle royale. Speaking of Keanu, action scenes can show lots of innovation with camera movement, and if wrestling was more inspired beyond capturing it like it's a sport, we can get cool shit like this. Top-down Metal Gear Solid shot in John Wick 4, but no, wrestling all gotta be filmed the exact same way. Like imagine if all movies were shot like a Marvel movie. Look at The Protector with Tony Jaa in this one-take wonder up the stairs to the final boss, breaks this dude's arms, does parkour, makes this dude flip, more parkour, and oh shit! So the camera has to catch up now, and it's a freaking video game, and these dudes are just vibing, and fuck you, and this dude gets tossed off the cell to the table below. Same with this motherfucker, and tosses objects and breaks chairs and tables, and they throw everything, including the kitchen sink, and one more dude into the final boss room. Which of course brings up Old Boy. The infamous hall fight scene is exactly that. Infamous, classic, untouchable trumpet music, a beat-em-up side-scroller. We've never seen side-scroller wrestling before. Even stakes in fight scenes have clear parallels in wrestling. The stakes in this final fight in Iron Monkey in this child hanging like a ladder match. This dude leaps and kicks major ass, tries to rescue the kid, dodges spears, and the heel spits a grip, and this dude uses a human shield to block, he dies. The Money in the Bank briefcase falls, and the heel grabs him with his clothes and is like, bitch. And so Homegirl appears and goes, yeah! So heel uses this woman as a shield and just kicks her aside, and she parries her away, and this dude does a parry palm her Juka to the shins and knocks her away. The woman is begging to the baddie, so like shut up. And Homegirl can toss these balls so quickly they turn to bullets and go through her freaking sword and then push into a wall so hard she dies. And then they use this very hole as an escape road. And now the floor is on fucking fire. It's an inferno match. And you know what? You should just watch all of Iron Monkey. They duel flaming poles. Try to watch the original though, and not the Miramax re-release. Even big tournaments like the TJPW Princess Cup, you have the male equivalent to princesses. Jean-Claude Van Damme, the finals of the tournament. You got the 80s music, the classic Van Damme style. Heel was stronger, tosses his ass in 80s slow-mo. Now here comes the drums and the music. Now we're grooving. Van Damme with a front flip and this high kick, and Forrest Whitaker is like, he can kick that high? So the heel has to cheat. Salt to the eyes. He's like, oh no, where is he? We're here? Oh no, I'm getting destroyed. And now Randy Orton is gaining heat from the crowd with his methodical pace, taunting, and Van Damme like, yeah! He then attains white nirvana and doesn't need to see anymore. He is one with the universe. No ref bump, just dancing, dancing. They are literally dancing and doing cheerleader leaps, and then the classic Van Damme roundhouse, and then applies the neck crank submission and makes him submit to win the Princess Cup. Joshi wrestling, but action scenes have variety for dramatic to just pure absurdity. Like Top Secret, Val Kilmer being like, and this dude is trying to change the station, but the woman doesn't like it and shifts it to KSI's new jam. So they both jump off the truck and die, but they somehow sink to the bottom of the lake and have a fist fight, and then smash the store. Now they're in the bar, and the bartender is like, and saves Val Kilmer, who dodges a fallen chandelier, and these cowboys hide, and then Val shuffles and knocks Mario Jannetty through the barbershop window. Or sometimes it's absolutely over the top in the most epic freaking way, like Triple R. This movie doesn't give a fuck. You have a zoo animal raid party against colonialism, bitch. This dude tosses a tiger into another dude, and he's about to punch this white woman, but his eyes go, white woman, and protects her. But the meat of this fight is against the boss, who gets this cutscene riding on a chariot of goddamn fire, and for no reason makes the flaming carriage flip over just so one piece of debris can hit him. But he's fine, so they fight. He loses the key and gets pissed, and military presses him and then grabs these chains and makes his own weapon, but they fist fight instead. And the boss knows technical wrestling, and now they're wrestling. They're wrestling! You see this in wrestling, like when he bounces off the lamppost and fireworks explode behind him and massive pyro from WrestleMania as this dude wields water. Unironically, this is wrestling. For absolutely no reason, the boss leaps in the air and punches that goddamn tiger out of the air with a fire thing. Triple R doesn't give a fuck. but at no point will you ever hear, like, this isn't an action movie. This is so unrealistic. Like, no shit, it's a fucking movie. But we do this all the time with wrestling. Like, no shit, it's wrestling. It's stupid, it's fake, and if you tell someone in public, in real life, that you like wrestling, they look at you like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Wrestling could be like Fight Club, just brutality, and that's valid. It can also be Rocky, but equally valid is if wrestling decided to leap in the air and punch a goddamn tiger. That's still wrestling. In fact, you want the best example of action scenes as wrestling? Once again, Jackie Chan, the young master, 1980s, directed by Jackie Chan himself. The finale is a near 20-minute fight scene, as long as a wrestling match, and storytelling-wise, this fight was 100% the same device as wrestling, but obviously different execution. The story of the babyface facing the monster. Jackie has to learn how to fight the final boss, so he gets destroyed by his feet, but also knows technical wrestling and starts to work his wrist like he's Masa Takanashi, who I swear does the exact same style of bully and technical wrestling. So he uses this guy as his coach and learns to strafe and dodge roll like it's Dark Souls, starts to work the leg, but the boss man is resilient, except Jackie finally gets the first strike. But nope, and fucking Jackie's acting here is amazing. You got the prolonged brutal heat spot for the heel, so Old Man gives Jackie an Estus Flax to heal. Jackie's more primal now and does shit like this, like a fucking freaking inhuman beast. What the fuck, Jackie? What is this type of movie? My god, this dude, he keeps healing and he gets his ass kicked trying technical wrestling and they do high-speed Will Ospreay shit and it's unfreaking real until the final boss steals the water for himself and drains it. So now, Old Man gives him the special opium water and gets Jackie Chan mega high, and Jackie Chan is phenomenal here with his body control. But Jackie, like, fuck it, turns into Murder Ibushi and starts no-selling the final boss's moves and tanking all the hits, and still the final boss, like, fuck you. And Jackie takes this bump and then, like, fuck you, and turns into the Undertaker and starts to whoop some motherfucking Jackie Chan ass. So now it's an even fight. The mental determination mixed with the bong water, and Jackie is a wild, fucking cracked out bath salt zombie mode, man. And targets the leg from earlier and then does a bunch of Ric Flair shit like... And he's just a monster, a pure fucking monster in this fight. Incredible physical acting. He kicks him right in the ass, he headbutts him like this, does an electric chair drop into a big senton, and then breaks his fucking body completely. My fucking god. And even gets his hand raised by the ref, motherfucker. This is wrestling. This is wrestling. Oh, you have Bob Sapp and Izzo.
I love you, do you love me? 우리가 만난 건 destiny.
Alright, many thanks to my Patreon sponsors. I want to shout out my newest Patreon sponsor returning. Thank you so much, Majin Kai, for rejoining the Patreon sponsor, Chi Koshikawa, mega support, ultra cool gang. We also have Jeff. Thank you for recommending The Young Master. We have The Up Channel, Tej, Renee Valdez, Ace Trace, Mac, Justin Stein, Matthew Pelatushka, Joseph Fu, Terrence, Dan Work, Kev, Mullen, MK, Ray Konashige, Party Money 520, Juggernaut Graphics, Aaron Securious, I Want Victim, JLA, Julia, Sunglasses, G-Wall, oh, Julia lost the NXT title, G-Wall, Paul Darn, Pickle Simon, Scott Racer, Cover Tie, Underscore D, Lil Choo Choo, Tony Davis, Darch, Morningstar, Doggo Steak, Impossible, Aldo, and Luciano Eduardo, and Mindfully, Ace, and once again, thank you, Majin Kai, thank you.